Welcome. My name is Asembate Shafik, and I work at Summit Tech World. Uh, Summit Tech World is a company that deals in softwares, development, and then designing user interfaces, photography, and so on. So everything that is ICT related. So for more information about that, you can simply visit the internet at summittechworld.com and then find all those services. I'm here today for basically Python as a programming language. This is something I started um, a few months back, about 6 months back. I started learning this language, and actually, I have something to show. Just like I've always been seeing my previous videos. Those videos are at Summit Tech World YouTube channel. So you can always visit Summit Tech World. Playlist is labeled Python programming. So you can always be up to date about uh, the new things we post there. So, one of the days last month, I actually drove some of my friends. Uh, we are going to pick someone at the airport, Entebbe airport. And I was actually so amused by the latest technology that was invented in Entebbe airport, about the payment gateway, or you can call it the payment system that is embedded there. So I used a Spacio car, and when we were done with everything, we had to go and check out. And me as a programmer, of course, I liked the context. I liked the way the system responded, and I actually thought about the idea of creating one. And when I came back, I started to make drafts. I started to make simple documentations. I started to make research, and then collected elements. I asked myself questions, and those are the questions I used to make this kind of system in Python as a programming language. So I'm working on the web-based tool, but I started with Python to implement that kind of thing. Now, what I based on is actually a reflection of moving to Entebbe Airport, and then you went there at probably 8 a.m., and then you are leaving there at 10. Uh, then the parking for small cars was, I think, 2,000. But then 2,000 is that amount charged after 1 hour. So exceeding 1 hour, you'd have an extra something like a charge. So I followed that in this kind of program that I've created. And I also noticed that when you are supposed to pay 3,000 and you give in 5,000, you are given change of 2,000. So it is an intelligent system to detect the amount given to it and then to respond accordingly. That is the idea of programming, and that is where I fall, and that's why you can see smiles around. So now the other thing I also noticed was that, how about when someone puts in 2,000 and yet the amount is more than that? How does the system behave? And then I caught up that error and then treated it in another way. And then because I have not created backend for this Python, I got it in a way that I categorized these cars into small, medium, and then large cars. So that a large car is priced at a standard amount of 4,000, and then the medium at 3,000, and then the small one at 2,000. So I also made it in a way that from that amount, after 2 hours, then a person would be entitled to an extra charge per every hour of 1000. So after that time, after the 2 hours allocation, then someone would be entitled to an extra charge or an extra penalty of that amount. And then I also cared about how about if someone puts in a value that is not an amount. For example, they put in 20 and then in a string, for example, J or S, and then they proceed with with another amount. Then I also got a way how to treat that, because that's actually a value error. So I used try except to capture that kind of error. Yeah. So the other thing about that system is that of course when you give in 9,000 and you are supposed to pay 3,000, it will calculate and give you the balance. I made those calculations and they are actually embedded into this Python code. So I hope you are actually eagerly waiting to see how this kind of program works. So the other thing is that I looked at a point when someone has completely made the payment, and then of course I first prompted the person to use to give in their name for easy identification, and then I've used that name somewhere to create randomization that gives them a receipt. So at the end, it prompts them that you go with this receipt number and then present it at entrance. So I'm assuming that at entrance they are connected to this kind of system and they'll be able to see the amount of the amount of money given and then the car. So that's how I did I did something like this. When I reached home, I got pen and paper and I started actually drafting. I started drafting the way how I can make this right. And then after some time, I'm happy that I've created something. I've created something that you'll never see anywhere. That you'll never see anywhere. Yeah, I'm very sure about that because I'm actually taking my time. Despite everything, despite the web-based systems, despite the database management, and despite the user interface and design. So feel free to look at this code. All right. So I've made different samples. I started with this one and then I got some errors, then I modified, and then this is the main. So you can see I have about 4 different files, and this was the one I used, and then I integrated. You see this one doesn't have try except, so I integrated try except, and the try except is done that handles if someone has actually put in wrong values as per amounts. So I started by introducing a ledger expression. This is actually imported from the Python library. Ledger expression is the one that helps us to use these kinds of patterns that validate the timestamp, especially the one for 24 hours. So out of the bracket of this timestamp or this pattern, someone has put in wrong time, and it is this one that will convert this time into the standard time uh, as per the dates as per the time here. So we have actually created a parameter here that will handle this, that will handle the time string, and then we shall always call this function whenever we want to interpret or whenever we are requesting for anything in this anything of this function. So we have also created another function with 2 parameters, one for the type of car and then the entry time. So this one will handle the time when that car came in. So I've also declared the fees here, just like I said in the introduction, the small one, the medium, and then the large. And then this will return none actually simply because actually it does not give results, but it is just a reference. Yeah. So this computation will actually convert the run the date that is put in by someone, and then it converts it to the real date. It formats it using this kind of pattern and presents it in the real date type. Um, and now this kind of expression actually ensures that we don't put in a time that is beyond the real time. So if we have 10:47, so someone cannot park their car at 10:48 really. No, that is not it. So this is the code that prevents that. And then this code calculates the seconds and then keeps them and relates to 2 hours. So when you make a computation of these kinds of seconds, you come up with 2 hours. And then this is the real calculation. If someone bypasses the 2 hours, and then they are suspects of this penalty of 1,000. In fact, they are potential candidates of this penalty. So this will actually return the fee, the computation, and this is the same as actually this is just an increment, just like when you say free equals to free plus 10 plus this plus the addition. So this is what it means. This is an increment. Uh, now um, Now we also get another function that will generate a receipt that by randomizing these numbers. We imported random here from the Java libraries, and now this random will first capture the name, and then it adds random numbers to that name, so someone will be able to present a receipt having that kind of a thing. So that is why I actually wanted the name, so that I encapsulate, I add the name to the random number, and that acts as a receipt. So actually what will be printed at first will be Entebbe Airport parking payment system, and then something like this. Uh, Actually this thing you see here at the above there. And then I've also included attempts actually, so I give someone chance to try. And then I've posted these attempts, or I've always posted them here to remind the person that these are the attempts you are remaining with before the program terminates. And then if the attempts are done, then you'll see that the program will actually terminate. So right here we have the entry time, and then we see if that someone has not reached the maximum attempts for entry time, and then if the person has rightly put in the correct information, then we continue. Then for parking fee, if we find that there is an invalid car type, then the program will actually terminate. Or else we shall come to the program will proceed. Now, when we come to payment, actually, we look at if someone puts in data that is not an amount, then we introduce the try, and then we get the user input. Please enter amount paid, and then we treat this one because I first ran this program in this one here without the try, and it gave me a value error. So I actually introduced the try except to catch the value error, and then you find that here it will never ask me, it will never tell me the value error. So when I run this one actually, because this is the one I used without the try except, this is small, then the hours, let me put this, and then the parking amount is that. Then if I put the amount and I put a string there, you see it is value error, this one, this one. So this is the one I caught, and then I put in something for the user to see that please have to remind the user that they have put in something wrong. All right, so if everything is okay, then we come to something else, and then this thing we have come up to is the one that gets the amount paid and then the parking fee. So when someone is assigned to maybe 40,000 and they have put in 30,000, you'll find that the system will tell them insufficient payment, please add parking fee. So it will get the parking fee that is computed, and then it subtracts the amount paid. So it will always tell you if you have put in, if they are demanding you 70,000 and you have put in a 60, it will tell you please add 10, so that you can top up to the original amount. So it will give you back the 60 because it is not the amount, and then you top up 10 and then put in the 70. This is what it means. So after these things have been if this thing has been fulfilled, then this kind of statement elif will be executed, and then the program will break. Or else the program will tell this person that you have successfully paid if they have put in the right amount, and then the program will break. Or else if someone has put in wrong results, then we shall loop them for 2 more times until they put in what? Until they put in right credentials. And right here we shall have the remaining attempts, so that someone knows, so that they be serious that they are remaining with only 1 time or 2 times for the before the program stops. So now down here, if actually someone has outlived the maximum attempts, then the program will tell them that maximum number of attempts reached for entering the payment amount. Program terminated. So the program will get terminated, and then it will tell you thank you. Okay, so we shall run this program actually and see if whatever I've talked about is true. So Shafiq is the name, and about if I put wrong results, it will tell me, and it will tell me that you are remaining with 2 attempts. So if I put the correct one, it will jump out of this loop and then execute another statement. So control jumps out of the car type and then goes to hours. So when I come to this, I put in wrong result, it will not go because actually you can't proceed with the wrong result. So when I put the right ones, you find that it actually gives me the money. So this is the money I have to pay. And how about if I have 50,000? Okay. So please present the receipt, and this is the receipt number, and then the amount paid, and then the change is this one. So you find that actually to tell me please present receipt number at the exit, so that I check out, and then a thank you message. At first the program was executing this even before actually the payment was unsuccessful. So I changed that, and now the program works correctly. So actually this is it, and I'm happy that I have made a successful project about a reflection of actually the airport. I like the system, and I'm beginning to be adaptable to everything I see in Uganda, and I'm sure with the ICT I have, with the sources I have, I'm able to implement these things. I'm so happy, and I'll always move to these different areas. I've found out that I can exploit a series of things by the trending technologies. And actually about this one, I'm going to make an executable of of this pack of this packing system, because it is actually done. I'll finish it tonight. I just finished it just tonight, and I'm happy that I've actually presented it. I was so happy about it. And then I think I need to make an executable of this one car parking system. So what I'll do is that I'll come here and then I show folder. No, I have to show the folder. I have to show rocket bandwidth explorer. So to make this thing an executable, this one car parking system.py. Now I installed with cmd. Now I installed pip and updated it. So okay, first check pip version. Oh, sorry, supposed to be pip that version. That's the version. How about PyInstaller version? All right, PyInstaller. Now this is the one that will help me. I installed it sometime and then I updated it. I think it is still on the latest update. Now PyInstaller is the one that will help me convert this file, the whole of this into an executable, and I'll actually move to the folder where I've put the project. Then I'll press shift and then I open PowerShell here. So it is in the PyCharm project packing. Okay, so you find that I have actually eight folders and files, combination of the two. So here I'll actually say PyInstaller, um, PyInstaller, one file. I want one file to be one file. The name of the file is car parking what? Car parking system. Okay, car parking system .py, because the file extension for Python is py, and then this means I want to convert this into an executable. So I have to press enter. There are no errors. Yes. There are no errors. Take some tea. So it's trying to convert this into an executable. Alright, so I must see some other files. Now they are right 10. So it has formed the spec. Alright, so PyInstaller, car parking. So I want to make the spec file an exe. So car parking system dot spec. Right, okay. Coffee break. Okay, this is done, so I have to exit this. All right, so this would mean I'll move to the dist file and then I find all right, it's here .exe. Wow, coffee break. Now actually let me run this. So good. We see the properties. It has 6 MBs, and then general. Yeah. All right. Good. So let me run this. All right. So good. Shafiq, and then small. Enter time. Yes. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's the amount. 10,000. 10,000. Okay. Let me. I have 20,000. What happens? I need change of 10,000. Oh, it's not executing. All right. What's not happening? Let's run this again. Okay. When we run, let me first refactor this. Oh no. Let me see if there are any errors in this. Okay. All right. All right. It is not this one I'm running. Let me run this again and see. Small, medium. Let's use medium. And then 45. Okay, if I have 20,000, the balance is that. Okay, balance is that. All right, that's great. Now let me stop. Let me stop this project, and because I can't actually create an executable of this when it's running. All right, close here, and then I come back. All right, so I have to delete this because it didn't finish up. Right here, I right click, then open partial. So the partial is by installer. One file. It's one file I'm going to change, and the name is car parking. Car parking system, and the extension is py. Yeah, that's it. Coffee break. Okay, if it's done, let me check out. It's done. Okay, right, click small, then put in 32. Okay, the amount, that is the amount. Okay, all right, that's good. So I have got the problem here. I need to actually update this, and I'll do it with ease. I'll need to download the latest of Pi installer. All right, so actually that is the way. That's the way we do these things. I'm happy to be learning Python and to be sharing a lot of ideas with you. And in the next video, we shall see ourselves learn how to execute more and more files, and then you'll enjoy this. The next videos, you'll be shocked that I'll be doing some penetration testing using Python. I'm working on a project that is actually trying on that, and then I'll be very happy to share with you. Thank you for watching, and kind of feel free to subscribe to this channel. I'll share any resourceful links about whatever I used, and I hope you start away because this will be fun. Programming is fun. You just have to be relaxed. You relax your mind, and then keep up the spirit. You love it. Okay, bye.